The Nightbeat starts right now.
Southwest needs to reimburse me all my money.
Fed up, tired, and demanding answers, the long journey home for Southwest travelers feels never-ending.
The Title 42 policy might still be in place, but that hasn't stopped migrants from making the journey to the Texas border, where these migrants can be found waiting and why the area impacted is pleading for more federal support.
And an EMT shortage is hitting dangerously low levels, but a new hiring program aims to combat that. How it will help future EMTs get their certification at no cost.
Well, this was the moment now 52 days ago that landed District 10 Councilman Clayton Perry out of the city council chambers and into San Antonio police handcuffs.
Perry suspected of crashing his Jeep Wrangler head-on into a Honda Civic before driving away from the scene. Today, Perry was arrested on DWI charges related to that hit-and-run case. Perry has since been released on a $1,000 bond.
The first-time DWI charge is considered a Class B misdemeanor, which carries a maximum fine of $3,000 along with a 6-month jail sentence. Here's a reminder of the timeline of events in this case. That crash happened back on November 6th, with San Antonio police releasing the body cam footage 4 days later. Then on November 14th, City Council held a special meeting where they issued a vote of no confidence for Perry, scrapping calls for him to resign. That is the same day Perry took a temporary leave of absence from his position. Mike Gallagher was announced as his replacement on December 1st. KSAT has reached out to Perry for comment on this latest development. So far, he has not responded. We have some late breaking news tonight in far west Bexar County. Deputies are on scene of a major crash on Highway 90 near WT Montgomery. You're getting a live look right now at the scene from Sky 12. Now, according to BCSO officials, the crash involved multiple vehicles and several people from those vehicles have been taken to the hospital. Their conditions are unknown at this time.
And here's a look right now at TransGuide on Highway 90. A look at the traffic that is stacked up because of this. That's at Highway 90 in Montgomery. Right now, all eastbound traffic is being diverted over to State Highway 211. We will be sure to keep you updated as this story continues to develop, both on air and online. If you have traveled that way or you know folks headed that way tonight, definitely tell them they're going to be sitting in traffic for quite some time while they work on that situation.
It was kind of a mess. I got 3 different updates from my phone saying delayed on time, delayed on time, delayed on time. It just kept going back and forth.
Frustrations continue to grow for passengers on Southwest Airlines. The airline continues to cancel or delay flights as it works to reset its operations. Southwest has canceled more than 15,000 flights since the winter storm started last Thursday. Now, that includes flights for tomorrow, but the airline is still getting some flights in the air. The night team's Alyssa Cole spoke to Southwest passengers who arrived in San Antonio tonight. She joins us live from the airport. What are you hearing from those passengers?
Yes, Lee, I spoke to 2 different passenger groups tonight. Well, one group coming in from Las Vegas, they said they experienced multiple delays. And a different group coming in from Denver, they say it was a pretty smooth flight. Now, passengers, they share different stories. As I was saying, some people are still waiting on luggage. Others say their family members are stranded at connecting airports. And some people tell me they even had to make unexpected road trips.
They had told us that the flight was canceled. So we were left with no recourse other than to try the next day. And we decided just to drive up. So we drove up. We drove up 17 hours.
My sister and her husband, their kiddos, their flight got canceled this morning for their 9:30 a.m. flight. Ours was fine. My dad kept trying to get them put on our flight, but they couldn't. And it turned out to be 40 empty seats on our flight.
When we landed just 10 minutes late, we're actually really happy. Like, that's the least of our worries.
Now, just before the newscast, we got some new information in from Southwest tonight. So travelers who have upcoming flights or already affected by its scheduling issues, passengers with flights scheduled before Monday, that's January 2nd, can make flight changes at no additional cost on the Southwest website. No calling or standing in line is required. You can find information on southwest.com about getting missing black bags delivered at no cost and submitting requests for a full will refund as well, and submitting receipts for travel expenses incurred due at a time of that flight interruption. So if you rented a car, if you had to pay for a hotel, you can also put that information as well. All those details will be on our website at KSAT.com. Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
Alyssa, thank you. After 2 weeks, San Antonio police have arrested a suspect accused in a fatal crash where 2 teens lost their lives. 23-year-old Leroy Morales is charged with failure to stop and render aid, resulting in death. The crash was from back on December 16th in the 2800 block of Rigsby Avenue. San Antonio police say the teens were walking on a crosswalk when they were hit by a vehicle before that vehicle took off. The victims have been identified as 15-year-old Jordan Canedo and 17-year-old James Solis.
What you see behind me there is new video of a temporary migrant processing center in El Paso that is currently under construction. It is expected to be completed in January, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection. The center is in high demand as migrants continue to travel to Texas border cities. This despite Title 42 remaining in place due to a ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court. In El Paso, they need federal assistance as the humanitarian crisis grows.
Marbelis Montesinos and her 1-year-old son just finished a 4-month-long journey from Venezuela through 9 different countries just to be here in the U.S. Their future's now in limbo after the Supreme Court order on Tuesday to keep in place the Trump-era Title 42 policy while legal challenges play out in court over the next few months. The policy allows the U.S. government to expel migrants legally seeking asylum before they've had a proper hearing.
It breaks me because there's no directive. And what we're trying to provide with the minimal resources that we have is a direction so they can go from point A to point B.
Over the past few months, tens of thousands of migrants have been surging to the southern border, creating a humanitarian crisis.
We've had as many as 2,500 crossings a day, and will continue. And this is while Title 42 is still in place.
It's left border communities like El Paso overwhelmed and unable to keep up with the challenges of providing care, food, and shelter for all those in need.
This is just a Band-Aid on a broken immigration system. The system has to be fixed because we can't continue to go this way.
For now, local organizers in El Paso are asking people to just try to see the humanity in everyone.
They're here. Some of them are here. And what are we going to do? It's time to step up. It's time to say, you know what? They're here. Regardless if I'm a red shirt, blue shirt, whatever the case may be, let's help out these people.
That new processing center in El Paso is just one of 10 centers being added along the U.S.-Mexico border. In the meantime, El Paso city officials are transforming 2 vacant schools into temporary housing.
Well, now it's time for a look at some of today's big headlines in your Nightbeat News Flash. Slowly, the tap is turning back on for Texas Water Utilities customers. It's working to lift boil water notices issued this week. Several subdivisions got water back on over the last 48 hours, but many are still waiting for good news. That includes the Lake Medina Shores neighborhood in Bandera County. Homeowners say they have not had water or have had water off and on since Thursday or Friday.
See, the water's not on at all. There's nothing.
There was no hype to get Christmas dinner made because I couldn't do dishes. It's not a want, it's a need, it's a necessity. Come and fix these pipes.
Other subdivisions currently under a boil water notice are holiday villages of Medina and Bandera County, Oak Ridge and Verde Park Estates in Kerr County, and the Oaks North Mobile Home Estates in Bexar County. Well, it's a first. The time the Guadalupe County, their area fire rescue, will have their first full-time shift with full-time firefighters, rather. The Guadalupe County Fire Marshal made the announcement today. Their shift will start at midnight tonight. There will be 3 firefighters on duty 24/7. They will handle a 36 square mile area. The fire marshal says the goal of this move is to provide more fire protection for their community. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
We have an update now on a body that was found at Guadalupe Park. Kerrville city officials say the body was actually found in Nimitz Lake. City officials say a Texas Department of Public Safety helicopter directed a Texas Parks and Wildlife boat crew to that location, and then a dive team was able to remove the body. As of right now, the victim has not been identified, and they're waiting on the results of an autopsy to learn more.
Emergency medical services are facing staffing shortages.
Yeah, it's happening across the country and right here in South Texas. Problems existing before the pandemic have only been amplified by it.
And now a new Texas law is helping to ease the burden for people wanting to get their certification. A local company serving rural counties explained those benefits.
And then we can do dual tone, so that's 2, or we can do mono.
After 6 years as a combat medic for the Army, Angie Kanai decided to take her medical knowledge to the streets as an EMT for Acadian Ambulance.
You're there for that person in their worst moment, and you got to do the best you can for them.
Last year, Acadian launched an accelerated program to get more EMTs and paramedics into the workforce. That's how Kanai got here. We saw people. But Christine Kerner, a recruiter for Acadian, says there's still a shortage.
It's told not just at Acadian, but nationally, EMS has taken such a hit. The last thing we want is for someone to call 911 and no one be able to show up.
To help, the Texas legislature set aside $21.7 million for EMS education and retention as a part of Senate Bill 8.
That funding allows individuals to come in the door that may not have that opportunity elsewhere.
This is our cardiac bag.
With that funding, the Texas Department of State Health Services created the EMS Education Scholarship Fund.
So, me and my partner, we work a 2-2-3.
It'll completely cover the cost of people getting their certification for EMT, advanced EMT, or paramedic.
The only thing that the state requires back from them is 96 hours of their time a month for 1 year.
And then we have this really cool thing.
Join Acadian, we're amazing.
There's also priority given to people working in rural counties and underserved areas of our state. Kerner hopes this will allow them to make up some of the lost workforce and keep serving people facing emergencies.
Really putting it to use to grow individuals internally to make sure that when you call 911, someone's going to show up at your door.
Do you want me to do the sirens again?
Now, applications are open to anyone 18 years and up with a high school diploma or GED to sign up for the program with Acadian Ambulance. You can just email Kerner at christine.kerner@acadian.com. You can also sign up on becomeamedic.com.
Still ahead of the Nightbeat after 2 decades. In 4 days, one new judge will be sworn in as the head of Bexar County. Judge Peter Sakai, why the judge is saying one of his top priorities is making employees feel valued, and that'll improve the county. In just 4 days, there will be a new man at the helm of Bexar County government for the first time in more than 20 years. County Judge Nelson Wolf is stepping down after a long career in state and local politics. Taking over will be former District Judge Peter Sakai. Garrett Berger sat down with the county judge-elect to talk about his plans for the county.
After a career on the bench, Judge Peter Sakai will take a seat on the dais in 2023.
I just want to take care of people. I want to take care of our citizens. I want to fix the problems that they're confronted with.
He's already a familiar face in Bexar County, and some familiar issues are among his top priorities.
Justice system, the jail, property tax relief.
But when it came to specifics on how he'd deal with them, Sakai would not say. He told KSAT his focus in the first 100 days will be assessing the situation in the county. So Sakai says he doesn't really have very specific plans just yet.
They're coming. They're coming after I put my team into place and bring in their expertise. I want change, but I'm not going to come in there and make change just for the sake of change. I'm not going to come in there and have specific plans that have not been thought of.
Sakai says elected officials need to listen to how their plans will affect people. He also says he's heard, quote, quite clearly from county employees that they don't feel valued.
It's not just a compensation issue. It's an issue of being treated with dignity and respect. So one thing I'm coming into to help people understand I'm there to listen to you, I'm there to make changes, and there to work.
Work that starts with the new year. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
All right, let's go ahead and take a live look outside. 62 degrees out there. I mean, we're heading into the new year with great temperatures. Hopefully that continues on well into the new year, Adam.
Downright balmy tonight.
I know. I love it.
I have to say, it's been more motivating lately to get outside, get some exercise, get moving rather than on those cold days, especially with those cold mornings. Today, we started off at 37 by the afternoon. We were 75 degrees, and look at our morning low temperatures. Tomorrow we'll be in the 50s, actually upper 50s, 57. By Friday, lower 50s. Saturday, 48, but overall we're staying above freezing and above average, not just for morning temperatures, but afternoons as well. Speaking of temperatures, let's take a look at the month of December so far. With the recent cold snap, it'd be easy to assume very quickly that, the month has been colder than average, but that's actually not the case. Overall, when you look at the month and you average it out, we're almost a degree above average. The warmest temperature, 81, the coldest, 16 back with our cold snap. That was last Saturday morning. All right, temperature-wise out there right now, 50s and even some 60s. 55 Abilene, 60 in beautiful Alpine. Still 69 in Cotulla, but 52 in Hondo and 62 officially in San Antonio. Tomorrow morning, locally will be about 57 degrees, but dipping down into the 40s farther to the west, especially closer to the Rio Grande. Eagle Pass 43, Del Rio 46. I do think we'll be a little bit warmer locally because of higher moisture content in the air, and then some fog and low clouds to insulate us as well. So for the most part, mid to upper 50s in the morning. By the afternoon, temperatures warm up nicely. We'll still have low clouds, but we're looking at lower 70s. So Von Ormy and Elmendorf about 73, Stone Oak Converse 71, and Timberwood Park about 69 degrees. By Friday near 70, and then look at this weekend. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, mid to upper 70s. So well above the average high temperature of 63 degrees. And we're going to stay above average and, of course, above freezing for the foreseeable future. I want to talk about dew points and moisture content outside. The moisture content's rising. So if you've been suffering from the dry skin or chapped lips over the past week, you're not going to have to worry about it as much going forward because you'll notice a hint of mugginess in the air. Dew points locally upper 50s near 60, obviously a little bit lower in the hill country. But I want to focus on the metro area because that's where we're going to see some fog as a result of this higher humidity. Dew points through the night and even into tomorrow, rising up to 60 degrees and even lower 60s first thing in the morning tomorrow and through the noon hour. So feeling a hint of mugginess in the air for a change. And I do think that's going to contribute to fog developing even just after midnight tonight and then becoming dense at times through the morning commute tomorrow. 8 a.m. Futurecast has us under a mile visibility, and then by noon we clear out in terms of the fog. The fog lifts. However, you can see here with our Futurecast, the low clouds stay in place. A damp and drizzly morning with that fog, and then just a cloudy afternoon. As for any rain, a few showers popping up Gonzales County, Lavaca County, DeWitt County, maybe Karnes County. That's where the rain should be confined as we go through tomorrow afternoon. Only a 20% chance across our area. Then Monday, we encounter another 20% chance of a few storms. 57 at 7 a.m. By noon, we're well into the 60s and then a high of 72. Not much of a breeze this weekend. Looking good with a lot of sunshine and overall comfortable. Mornings near 50, afternoons well into the 70s.
I can't think of a better way to start 2023 than in the 70s.
Yeah,
some
no
sunshine
complaints over here.
Perfect. Love that. Thanks, Adam.
All right, Larry, by this time tomorrow, we should know or be close to knowing who the winner of the Alamo Bowl is.
Yeah, and the Alamo Bowl is typically a high-scoring game, and it can go at least 4 hours plus. So we'll probably be somewhere in the third quarter, maybe the fourth quarter by this time tomorrow night. Today, both Alamo Bowl head coaches talked. Coach Sarkisian, Coach DeBoer, they just want us to play some football. And the NFL, T.O., guess what? He wants to join the Dallas Cowboys coming up. Here's the Valero Alamo Bowl trophy alongside the football helmets for the University of Texas and the University of Washington. That's a sweet trophy and two beautiful lids. By this time tomorrow night, the Longhorns and Huskies will be battling it out at the Alamo Dome in what many expect to be a high-scoring contest. The over-under is 67.5 points for this one. Now, both head coaches spoke earlier today, and both sides said they are ready to go. Meanwhile, Texas Tech rewarded head football coach Joey McGuire with a new contract today ahead of their bowl game tonight. Tech's first First-year head coach agreed to a new 6-year, $26.6 million deal. Tech went 7-5 in the regular season, 5-4 in the Big 12, and they beat Texas and Oklahoma in the same season for the first time in program history. Right now, Texas Tech is playing Ole Miss in the Texas Bowl, and Texas Tech leads 26-13 in the third quarter. Tech is aiming for its first 8-win season since 2013.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Turning to the NFL now, the Dallas Cowboys are in Nashville to play the Tennessee Titans in an odd game for the AFC South squad. This contest does not affect the Titans' playoff hopes, which will be decided by the outcome of their Week 18 game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The winner will claim the AFC South and advance to the playoffs. At 11-4, the Cowboys have already secured a playoff berth, and they still have a shot at winning the NFC East should the first-place Eagles falter. Tennessee has ruled out 7 players already, including quarterback Ryan Tannehill, and running back Derrick Henry is doubtful with a hip injury. So does all that make it tough for Dak to prep for this contest?
Honestly, I don't ever really care what they're doing on the other side. As I just said, it's about us just building momentum, grabbing confidence with each game that we do, and just moving forward, as I said, as we play these last 2 out and head over into the postseason. If they want to roll us the ball a couple of times and let us go from there, I'm all for that. So we'll take it however they want to do it.
Defensive end Sam Williams, who was involved in a nasty car wreck a week ago tomorrow, was a full participant in practice today. He's expected to play at the Titans tomorrow night at 7:15. And get your popcorn ready because wide receiver Terrell Owens wants to return to the NFL. That's right. His agent Greg Daniel told SI.com today that they've been in constant communication with the office of Cowboys owner Jerry Jones during the last few days about T.O.'s possible return. The 49-year-old last played in the NFL in 2010, and Owens was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2018. The Houston Texans upset the Tennessee Titans on Christmas Eve 19-14 to pick up their second victory this season. Both of their wins have come on the road at Jacksonville in Week 5 and last Saturday in Week 16 at Tennessee. Now the Texans are feeling good as they prep to host the Jags Sunday at noon.
Yeah, I think we're in a really good spot right now. Past couple of weeks, we've been playing at a high level with a chance to win all 3 games. Obviously, we won this most recent one versus the Titans, but we feel like we're at a really good spot. All 3 phases are clicking, and we're excited for another opportunity this upcoming Sunday at home.
Left tackle Laramie Tunsil told ESPN.com he wants to negotiate a new deal with the Texans this offseason and that he wants to become the highest paid tackle in the NFL. Devin Vassell is a gym rat, and it's showing after the break. Spurs third-year shooting guard Devin Vassell led the team with 20 points last night in the Spurs 130-114 loss at Oklahoma City. That's his second straight 20-point game and his 16th 20-point game this season. Now, win or lose, the Spurs know they can count on him. Playing in a sub-500 season, Vassell has definitely been a bright spot for the Spurs. He's second on the team, averaging 19.6 points per game.
His progression has been excellent, but it isn't by mistake. Like, he really is a gym rat and done a good job of buying in on this whole development program that the Spurs are trying to be aggressive with.
The Spurs will next host the Knicks tomorrow night at 7. New York comes to town after losing in Dallas last night, 126-121 in overtime. Luka Doncic had 60 points, 21 boards, and 10 assists for the Mavs. That's the first 60, 20, 10 triple-double in NBA history, and it was the first 20-plus rebound game for Luka. He just seems to do it all.
I think he said after the game he was exhausted.
He was exhausted. I think he said he needed a beer to recover.
There you go. My kind of guy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Larry.
It's a good way to recover. We'll be right back.
Finally, tonight in Atlanta, some stranded air travelers at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport may find some relief from their travel woes. This woman, Jody Rush, willing to take up to 3 people, quote, anywhere they need to go, unquote. And she means anywhere, as long as you pay any required gas, food, and lodging. And she means anywhere in the contiguous U.S. So why is she doing this? Well, apparently she recently hit the jackpot herself, winning a lottery, and now wants to pay it forward this week. Good for her.
Good for her. Act of kindness right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you win the lottery and then pass it on, right?
So, hopefully good things come her way.
Oh, they will. Morning fog and drizzle tomorrow, a little damp and then just cloudy, but still warm, 72. Warming into the mid to upper 70s by this weekend with sunshine then.
We're winning the lottery with the weather. That does it for the night beat. Don't forget, Good Morning San Antonio starts at 4:30.
Have a good night.